speaker. She's actually come a long way. On 26th of January, we were in London demonstrating and met Claire Bidwell, and she told us that she's organising an event in cooperation with other people in Muzaffarabad, which is a traditional English tea party but in Kashmir. So I'm going to ask Claire Bidwell to tell us about that.
Thank you for inviting me here or welcome me here. I've come down to stand in solidarity with Kashmir, and I didn't actually realise I was going to be sharing my story, so please forgive me. I've got nothing structured, so it will just come out. I was hoping to, and I have done, meet with lots of different people and gain from your experience and everything that you've done. I'm in no means here to come and tell anybody how the Kashmir conflict should be resolved. I just want to stand in solidarity and bring extra people and awareness. So I'm trying to raise awareness in the West and stand in solidarity. I am a primary school teacher. I'm a mother of 3. I have a 21-year-old son now who is a military policeman in Germany, so he's well sorted and off my hands. And my 18-year-old daughter also left home this year to study a career in nursing. I have a 12-year-old son who lives with his father at the moment, so I see him occasionally. So it's left me at home with a kind of empty nest, and in the summer holidays I took myself off travelling to Mumbai. Whilst I was there, I ended up in the shop of a Kashmiri salesman, probably the best salesman I have ever actually met in the world. He managed to sell me 2 Kashmiri rugs even though I had no money. And we kept in contact because of that. He kept them in his shop, and as soon as I was able to pay for them, he was going to send me my rugs. So we used to ask after one another's family, and so it must have been 6th or 7th of August, and I asked him, how are your family? And unfortunately, he wasn't able to tell me, he didn't know, and within that dialogue I learned of his upset, his turmoil, that the Indian government had locked down Kashmir. It opened something inside me that I cannot describe other than just a feeling of injustice, unfairness, what was going on, this wasn't right. If you felt that you could lock down a country, why wasn't it done democratically? The fact that Modi had gone in, the Modi government locked down the country, silenced all these people, sent in 900,000 troops, locked up their government, politicians, just did not seem right with me. I teach children their children's human rights, 51, I think, articles and charters, and not one was being met for the children in India before we even go into adults' human rights. So my eyes were opened and I felt angry, I felt upset, and like I say, it was heart-led, and I followed my heart. I ended up in social media websites. Liam Burns, I was in first, in dialogue with many different people, people from India, Pakistan, people from Kashmir. I very quickly learned who had the skills. The patience of the Kashmiris was beyond belief for me, their manners, their kindness, their politeness after the years of injustice. So I soon realised, well, the UN had promised them this vote, 13th of August 1948, and they've never had it. So what had happened is, after these dialogues, I think Afzal Khan as well, MP from Salford, I was in there. I had a lot of support from the Kashmiri community, saying, quite right, Claire Bidwell, well said, this is injustice, there is no freedom of voice, there are no civil liberties. I then came across a young man, Javad Quayan from Kotley. We began dialogue. I was asking him about his youth, his childhood. He'd come across like the lines of control. He'd spent time down there demonstrating when the Indian Army were just firing off, and people had died, houses were destroyed, animals, livestock. We then decided to open a social media group which we called Let Kashmir Decide. And then through dialogue with other people that joined this social media website, we came about the World Tea Party idea. It came from the fact I wanted to gather everybody. I wanted to gather everybody and say, let's go, let's get the Indian troops out. There are more good people in the world than there are bad people. Let's get them out. Not as easy as it is, because people are having their breakfast or they're having their lunch or they've got kids to get ready for school, and so they wouldn't come. So the idea then just spread, right, okay, let's have a tea party in Kashmir. And we were going to take every member from the world, every country to Kashmir, the difficulty because of finances, which then led us to this idea, okay, let's go to Kashmir and have the tea party there. So I wrote to President Modi, which was probably the most difficult letter I've ever written in my life, asking to go and stand in solidarity with the people of Kashmir and have a tea party. Obviously there was no response. I've been in touch also with Pakistan, and the Azad government are keen now to support us and help us, because the idea is we will have the tea party in Muzaffarabad, we will have local speakers, all from different political thoughts under the banner of Let Kashmir Decide. We're based on a petition which we really want as many signatures on as possible. It is directed at the United Nations and getting that regulation of 1948, give Kashmiris their vote. So if you find the petition online, you find our website, I can give you the address of that before I finish speaking. If you could sign that petition and share that to everybody worldwide, that would be amazing and much appreciated. So the petition asks that India lift the lockdown, the United Nations get the troops out, they send in their own international peacekeeping army, and let's give Kashmir the vote. I don't see why that can't be done. There's obviously lots of work that's going on, that has been going on for years. So the other thing we've started doing in this journey towards the Tea Party is organising a UK support group, bringing all the pro-Kashmiri support groups in the UK together under one voice for Let Kashmir Decide. Our first meeting is organised for the 20th of June. I think we're maybe about a third of the way of uniting groups, and meetings like this give me the opportunity to find those people. If you're a human rights activist that's here, or if you're involved in the Kashmir community, I would love to speak to you. Please come and find me afterwards, because I am new to this area, and as I say, it's been heart-led. So it's within the group, it's heading for a World Tea Party. 195 countries in the world. So far we've got about 30 covered. We've got 30 representatives in each country, and in their countries they are trying to find their pro-Kashmiri activists. It will be streamed live from Muzaffarabad by JKTV, and they're sending that to every country. They're also going to interview our country reps before the event. We will be looking for a launch date, because obviously we're looking for media involvement. If I want to engage the West, it needs to get into the media, it needs to get spread on the simple message of join us for a cup of tea. Although it's essentially an English tea party concept, Kashmiri tea we felt was a salty taste, it symbolises tears, it symbolises healing, and we thought the Kashmiri tea is the way to go forward with that. But obviously any tea on that day. You can watch it on your mobile phone because it will stream. You could sit on your own. If you're busy somewhere and you can't make a tea party, then turn on your phone and watch it on there. You could join it with a group of 6. You may be a local cafe, we can get them involved in having a small tea party. On the 30th of May is the date it will be in Muzaffarabad. 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock is the anticipated time. I think Australia get there before us, so they're going to arrange their own speakers. At the moment we've got 6 tea parties happening in Australia, because there is an awesome Kashmiri activist who's been working there since the 1980s or 90s, and she can now put all her experience for all her work into the tea party idea and all the links that she's created. So we're, like I said, it's a Facebook group. At the moment it's social media led, and I've been doing all my work on social media. I'm only now just coming out of the computer, if that's the right word, and making links. I was at the demonstration last week. I'm going to be in Parliament on Tuesday. I'm here today. I will be down in Westminster or the Indian Commission on the 16th of February for protesting for the release of Malik. The name's gone from my head. Yes. Terrible.
Yes.
Malik Yazid. Thank you. Sorry. On the 16th of February. So find us on Let Kashmir Decide World Tea Party. Join the Facebook group there. We're also on Twitter, we're also on Instagram. And if you can either find a party that's being organised to join, that would be great. If you could organise your own tea party, if not, and most certainly if you could spread the word, please, that on the 30th of May, there will be a tea party to stand in solidarity with Kashmir and raise our voices big wave all around the world to wait UN to get that vote for Kashmir that they need. I think the belief I have is that if we can wait the United Nations, they have amazing articles and charters, they're just not implemented. If we can wait the UN, wait the world and show them, I think if the people want something bad enough, the people can get it. So if we can wait the United Nations, get that implemented, the skills that we need to help free Kashmir, I think could go on for other things. So thank you. Thank you for
It's clear that Harry really is inspirational to us. We didn't realise that's what you were up to when we met you at the demonstration, but I think you've got some key people in this room that you can talk to. Marco, obviously, will tell us what he's been up to as well, as a Dudley North MP, and then you've got, on your left, you've got Galib, who's got tremendous experience in terms of working on Kashmir issues, and Fahim Kiani. So that really is excellent, and thank you very much.